everyone, this is Shelly from Hodgepodge Hoosiers. Today I'm going to show you a more detailed video on how to make butter out of heavy whipping cream. It is super simple. You literally just need a nice deep bowl. I'm going to use my hand mixer, but your stand mixer could work just fine. I have tried a blender. It doesn't work that well for me. And you'll need a bowl set in the side with a strainer in it. When your butter gets done, you can let it set in there and drain all the buttermilk out. And I've got a quart of heavy whipping cream here. I like to make butter if I have bought heavy whipping cream and I didn't use it for a dessert. So instead of wasting it, you can make butter. And then you've got buttermilk that you can do some baking with. So I want to turn you around here and get started on it. Super easy process. And I'll show you how. Oh, forgot about this. I got me a mold for sticks of butter. I'm going to see how that works this time. Last time all I did was just put it in a nice ball and wrapped it in parchment paper. But I'm going to try this time, see how many sticks of butter I actually get out of 1 quart of whipping cream. So let's get started. Okay, I lost audio. I did not turn my microphone on. All I'm doing is taking a new quart container of Great Value heavy whipping cream and I'm pouring it into this deep stainless steel bowl. And all I'm going to do is mix it up with my hand mixer. I could put it in my stand mixer, but without a splatter lid, it makes quite a mess. So all I'm going to do is mix this up, and you're going to see throughout this little segment to where it starts forming soft peaks pretty fast. And I think like around 2 minutes, you're going to even get the stiff peaks. So I'm sorry about losing audio. I can tell you on the next segment, I did realize that I had the microphone off, so it'll be on. Might be a good thing that you can't hear all this. It sure was loud rattling on the side of that stainless steel bowl, but it's the deepest one I've got for this, and it really does help with keeping the splatters in. My hand was getting tired, and so I had to switch quite often from right to left, right to left. Now it's only been about a minute, and I'm already getting to soft peaks. So if he was working for a recipe that said it needed soft peaks or even stiff peaks, you're just about there. But we got to keep going past that until it separates from the liquid. See, we're in between soft and stiff peaks now. Just keep going. I know when I first made this, I kept thinking, like, how is there actually going to be liquid come out of this because of how it looks now? But it does. It's really neat how it does it. I would like to find a local farmer around here that would sell me some raw milk. I need to do some investigating because you can make good wholesome butter with that. Okay, now you're past the stiff peaks. You're starting to get it to where it don't look as smooth. We're about 2 minutes in. whipping this up. I probably picked the noisiest bowl to do this, but I needed a deep one. It does like to splatter. I don't know if you can tell, but it's starting to get a little bit of a yellow tint. I learned how to make butter like this when I was in the 2nd grade. I went to a little country school called Clay Hub, and at Thanksgiving they divided our class up, and half of us made the butter and half of us made the homemade bread. And I was on the butter team, and we made the homemade butter, and us kids just thought that was the coolest thing. We made our own bread and butter. I don't know schools even allow stuff like that now. Changing texture, but it hasn't let loose of its liquid yet. We're about 3 minutes in. If I had one of them lids to go over my KitchenAid bowl to where when I was mixing, it's a splatter-proof lid, I would probably do this in my KitchenAid, but it makes more mess than I want to deal with, so I just use the hand mixer. Scrape the sides. See, that's probably close to what you'd call whipped butter, I guess. But we need it to go all the way. I'm going to save you this noise. I'll come back when it starts to separate. All right, I'm about 8 minutes into mixing. Now, one thing I want to tell you is my mixer doesn't go high speed like my KitchenAid stand mixer would. And I think that it would go a lot faster if I had it in there. But it's starting to, the texture's changing in it. I don't think it's going to be long and it's going to be separating. So I can kind of see some liquid down in the beaters down in the bottom. It's definitely changing its texture. Getting ready. I'll show you what it looks like right before. See how it's starting to slide down? It's getting, liquid's just about ready to separate. more time here. And I should get close to a pint of buttermilk out of this. That's how much liquid's going to come out of it. Yeah, I can see the liquid adding up now. I don't know if I can get it to where you can see it yet or not. See it pooling in there? Starting to come. That means it's almost done already. This part. Now, one of the things you have to do, and it is a necessary step, after the butter has drained all of its buttermilk, you do have to rinse it in cold water. You have to get that buttermilk out of it, otherwise it'll go rancid. Now where we're at, I buy butter wherever I can get it on sale, but we don't have many grocery store choices that's close in our area. Look at that. See, it's pooling up in there. So it is done. So we're ready for the next step. Now, I had just washed my hands. So the best way to do this is going to be with your hands. But you can see how much buttermilk is in there. So you just grab it. You don't have to do too much to it. It's going to strain in that strainer. Amazes me every time how much liquid's in that, because when you're beating and beating and beating, you think, well, there's never going to be no liquid come out of it. Okay. Now, what I do then the rest of it, get off to the side. And that's what it looks like. And it needs to just sit there and strain. I'll probably let it sit 10-15 minutes. And then we'll get on to rinsing the butter, and then we'll get it put in the mold. And I'm curious to see, I don't know if I'll get, I estimated before that it would be a whole pound of butter, but on what I did on my short video, but I don't think it is. But it is just another nice thing to have in your back of your mind, to where if you ever need butter and you've got heavy whipping cream, or you've got access to cream from a dairy farm, this is another way to get it. So I'll bring you back after this strained, and I'll show you how I rinse it. Okay, it has strained plenty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this buttermilk put into a pint jar so I can get it put in the fridge. Here, mix right out a pint. So that'll be good for baking. Now, what you want to do with the butter is, I'm going to rinse this pot out, or this bowl out first, I think. I'm going to do that butter in sections. There. Okay. Alright. Now, You just grab you a hunk of butter, and you want your water to be as cold as you can get it out of tap. But you just kind of massage it, because you want that buttermilk. Too high water. You want that buttermilk, so you don't keep it under the water. You kind of press it, get it wet again. You kind of want it to be semi-clear liquid that comes out of it whenever you squeeze it. That lets you know you're getting most of that buttermilk out. Keep your hands cool if you can. That'll mean less sticking. Now this is unsalted butter. I would have put salt in it probably right before it turned to butter if I wanted it salted. But a lot of recipes call for unsalted butter, so that's no big deal to me. Okay, that ball looks pretty good. When you squeeze it, the liquid coming out of it is pretty well clear. So you just grab you another ball, get it wet, start working it. That looks pretty good. And another section. Pretty good. This last bit here. Alright. It's as easy as that. Now all we got to do is put them into the molds. Let them firm up in the fridge. You can pop it out and individually wrap them if you want. You can freeze them. I mean, it's butter. You can just do whatever you want with it. So I'm going to clean my hands up and then we'll be right back. Okay, final step. Just take your butter, smush it in there. The mold is not necessary. I just thought I'd buy it and see if I liked it. It will be easier to tell, like if a recipe is very, very specific for butter, because you know that there's 8 tablespoons in a stick of butter. There. Looks like I'm going to get about 3 sticks, at least for this mold. If it's pretty accurate, you're just shy of a pound of butter for a quart of heavy whipping cream. So that is probably a little full. So you're going to get, like I said, probably 3 sticks. But it's nice to know. It's just another little thing to know. So this is Shelly from Hodgepodge Hoosiers. If you like this video, like this content, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.